friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna. If you're new here, I am so excited to be sharing with you guys today what I'm going to be doing for my second grader for the 2023-2024 school year. It's going to be surprising to a lot of you guys. We're making a really big change, one that I was really nervous about, but I'm excited about. He's excited about. I think it's going to be really good. So let's just get straight to that, okay? The first big change we're making is we're not doing the Good and Beautiful language arts for him this year. We didn't love it last year for him. He was struggling with reading. We just need to get back to the basics. He needs to start from scratch. He needs to learn the letter blends better, and he needs to just get a good solid foundation in reading before we can continue on with language arts. So it was a really hard decision for me to make because y'all know how much I love the Good and the Beautiful language arts, and we will come back to it. I really think we're coming back to it, but we need a little bit of a break right now to focus on reading and really solidify that for him, because honestly he can't read the directions to do anything independently right now. So he really has to have my help for every single thing, and there's no way that I'm going to be able to homeschool my younger ones if he still isn't where he needs to be with reading. So I really need to get him reading so that he can be a little bit more independent with some of his subjects so that I have time to work with some of the other ones. So that is the goal we are going to do for the first 2 quarters of the year. Okay, so what we're going to do is all about reading. Okay, I heard so many awesome things about this. I've talked to a lot of moms who have used it. They all rave about it. I haven't had anyone say it didn't work for their child, not one person. So I really think it's a great one. I even reached out to All About Reading and they sent it all to me for free, which was so amazing and so generous and kind. So I am really excited about that. I've watched a ton of YouTube videos. I've watched every influencer on Instagram, like everybody who's talked about this, I've watched it. I've researched the mess out of it. I researched a million different reading programs, and this is the one that just really spoke to me. It really seemed like it would work for him. This is a multi-sensory program. It has step-by-step lesson plans. It teaches all the key reading skills. It's mastery based and it's really customizable. Really also helps kids who are a little bit dyslexic, and I feel like he has just a little bit of that, like very low on the spectrum, but I feel like he does have a little bit of that, and I think this is really going to help with that. So very much like the Good and the Beautiful, as far as it tells you like read this to the child and do this and do that, and it gives you like step by step exactly what you need to do. So that is what I need. That really helps me as a homeschool mom. So I'm really excited that they have that as part of their curriculum. And then of course I got the student packet. I am probably going to do a video on how I prep all of this. I'm going to do it to where I can reuse this with other kids if I need to in the future. So I got the student pack, and then I got it comes with the stickers and the activity book. And then I also grabbed the little box to put it all in. This keeps all of like basically the flashcards in order, and you can separate them according to like the ones they've mastered, the ones they're learning, and so on, which is really cool. Now they also sent me the All About Spelling Level 1 also, and I asked them to send me that because I really want to do that after we finish Level 1 All About Reading. And they recommend doing Level 1 All About Reading first and then moving into Level 1 All About Spelling. So that's our plan. So the plan is, I think for the first half of the year to do All About Reading and then move on to All About Spelling after that, and hopefully also do Level 2 of All About Reading if I feel like he needs it. In addition to that, we're also going to be doing Level 2 language arts with Christian Light, and this is something we actually have done before. I did this with my oldest child when we did our first year of homeschooling. This is what he used. It worked really great and I really loved it. It's very simple, very quick, and very easy, but I mean it's still challenging. So I didn't want him to lose all of the grammar that he's learned from using the Good and the Beautiful. But I also didn't want it to be as in-depth as the Good and the Beautiful is. I didn't want to do the art and the geography. I didn't want all of that. We're not going to have time for the extra fluff after we get done with All About Reading every day. So my goal is to just do a few of the Christian Light units. I did not get them all. I think I got the first 6 books, yeah. So y'all know if you do any of the Christian Lights, they just come with a bunch of different books, which is actually genius because then they don't mess up in a whole entire textbook. They just have a few lessons in each book, and then you can chunk the book or like store it or whatever. So I think that's an awesome idea. I love it. So we're gonna just be doing these. If we don't get through all of them, I'm totally fine with that. I'm just gonna let him do just a little bit of the grammar in here every day because I want him to still know how to do all of that. I don't want to lose that throughout this whole year. So that is kind of my plan with that. I'm hoping that we can get All About Reading done within the first half of the year. If it takes us long, I'm not going to push this. I'm not going to stress about it. If it takes us longer, it takes us longer. If we don't even get to All About Spelling, then that's fine. But my goal is to just do every day except for like Mondays because that's our co-op day. So 4 days a week to do one of the All About Reading lessons if we get through it all. If we don't get through the whole lesson, we'll just do half the lesson. It's fine. And then do one lesson or even half of a lesson of the Christian Light Language Arts. So I did not get the reading that came with the language arts for Christian Light because All About Reading has their own reading books. So I did get those. So we're gonna do the reading portion we'll do with All About Reading. And so we're just using Christian Light just for the grammar aspect of it. Does that make sense? So I do have All About Spelling. If we get to this, we'll do this. But I'm just not totally sure yet when we'll get to this, but I will probably do a video when we're ready to switch to this and maybe do an update on how All About Reading is going and all of that for those of you that are curious about that. I'm also going to let him read like little fun books as he wants to, just for like his spare time during the day. And so I have a whole lot of really fun books for him that are things that he's interested in that he's also going to be reading. And so these are just a few that I picked up at the conference that he will be reading next year. Now, for math, we're going to continue the Good and the Beautiful math, level 2. He did awesome with that last year. He loved it so much. I enjoyed doing it with him. He was always just begging me to do it. He loved it so much. It comes with manipulatives. I think this is the last year he's going to have manipulatives. I feel like in level 3, or it might be level 4, those go away. But he's going to be disappointed about that because he loves these manipulatives. And I love how nice they are, guys. They are in this really nice wooden box, such good quality, and the toys in themselves in here are just so nice. Like they have these metal little airplanes, which he thought were so cool. He's already opened those and been playing with those, and they have just like these wooden die and just this. They have money this year and little coins. So that's one of my favorite things about the Good and the Beautiful's math for the lower levels is that it has this awesome manipulatives box. And you know, if you have a kinesthetic learner, that manipulatives are like life for them. So I also grabbed the answer key because y'all know I need the answer key even for 2nd grade. It's real sad, but it's the truth. And if there, like I said in my video yesterday, if there's a physical copy of an answer key on the Good and Beautiful, I always grab it because it's so handy to have, especially when you're homeschooling multiple kids, just trying to keep track of everything and like the grading and everything. It just gets impossible if you don't have something where you can like quickly glance at it and say, oh yeah, that's the right answer. It just takes too long otherwise. So that's what he's doing for language arts, for math. Now I'm also got him this book. If you watched my video for my 5th grader, you saw I got him a similar book, but his was for older boys. This one is for little boys. It's copywork by Sandy Queen. And it is just the cutest book, guys. It has the best copywork. I think I'm going to just photocopy this and put it in his binder, his morning warm-up binder. And that way I can use it with multiple kids. But it just has different things like tell your mother or hostess when you think something is especially delicious. Like just common sense, like good manners, good character building kind of things. So this one focuses more on manners. The one I showed you guys yesterday is more on like character building. This one says, God has designed boys differently than girls. A boy is to be a protector of girls. Amen. Amen, sister. They should be courteous, considerate, and kind toward women and girls. Here are some things a boy should do. And then it just goes on. So he's only going to copy like one thing each day, like one little sentence. So it's not very overwhelming. I think there's like 180 in here total. So we won't probably get through this whole book this year. But this is just going to be a really great way for him to do copy work. And I'm really loving doing copy work with my kids. I did it last year and I really think it helps. It helps their handwriting. It helps them learn how to be good writers, and it teaches them sentence composition. So I think it's a really, really good skill, and I think it's something that is very important to incorporate in your homeschool. So that is what we do with that. We just keep it really simple. He'll only do like one a day. I'm also thinking about doing for him some kind of like devotional or something he can do like for his quiet time in the morning. Y'all know for my 5th grader, he has a little devotional. It's just tricky because he still can't read really well. So I want him to do something, but it may have to be something that's like a little bit less reading and maybe more like coloring. I don't know. I've got to research that and maybe give some more thought to that. If you have any suggestions for that, drop them below. I may just do something where like after we do our devotion as a family, I kind of let him go off on his own and like draw something about it or pray or something like that. I don't know. I have to brainstorm that some more, but I do want to get something for that for him. But that is it. That is what he's going to be doing for this year. I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be just the answer that we needed. We ended last year a little bit frustrated. He really blossomed so much. He really did. He grew a lot. His reading improved a lot, but it still wasn't quite up to the level that I feel like it needs to be moving into 2nd grade. So that's why I feel like we need to focus a little bit more and hone in just a little bit more on reading and mastering that just a little bit better before we move on to anything else. So I hope that that was helpful, guys. I hope that was an encouragement to you. Maybe you have some struggling readers and this was maybe helpful for that. But before you go, please be sure that you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It's a free way that you can support me and I appreciate it so much. And I'll see you guys back here again tomorrow when I share with you guys what I'm doing for my pre-K. See you later, guys.